Sweet.
So now, how about some teams that should be panicked right now? We're going to do the panic meter real quick.
Panic.
Go through different teams. I'm going to name you different teams. You're going to give your meter. 1 being not very worried at all. In fact, they should not worry at all. 10 being like, holy shit, the sky is falling. The bridges collapsed.
Okay.
The room is on fire. All right.
All right.
So team number 1, the Bengals.
-10.
-10.
-10.
No worries at all.
No worries at all. Their defense came out against the Dolphins, who looked like through the first 3 weeks, you had them in your top 5. I had them in my top 5. Stephen A. Smith had them in his top 5. Everyone had the Dolphins in their top 5. Why? So their offense was explosive and their defense was making key stops. But what the Bengals do, their defense shut them down and corralled them for the most part, albeit unfortunate injury to Tua, but their defense can play. And their offensive line get better against a really good Miami defense. Their defense was giving Josh Allen fits at the goal line.
Yeah.
And I think Joe Burrow, there's just, I don't know, there's something different about him. Like, I get that Herbert and Josh Allen and Lamar are more talented, but something about Burrow just, I love watching him, and he's so infatuating for no reason. It's like watching, like, I watched Nightcrawler, which is like a really good movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, I couldn't stop watching it, but I didn't know why. And it's like the best movie I ever made, but I can't explain the movie to people and why it's good. It's like you just have to kind of experience it. And Joe Burrow just has this aura. It's like you got sacked 15 times, tied with Carson Wentz for the most in the league. I get that's a reason to panic, but then Thursday Night Football, you turn it around against Miami, and we're like, this could go either way and make or break their season. Then he comes out, has a good game, gets it done on 3rd down, picks up the key one. So I think Burrow and the Bengals are going to come back and be contenders this year. And I think they're going to be in the AFC Championship with the Chiefs.
That would be awesome. I would love that. Let's look at the Bengals. While we're talking about the Bengals, I'm going to look up their schedule for the next 4 games because I think, they got the Ravens, the Saints, the Falcons, and Browns. I think
and the Panthers after that.
Yeah, so those next 5 games,
you're like 4-1.
I think 4-1's a good record for them. So I can see us talking about it at the midway point of the season. The Bengals having the number 1 spot in the AFC North. I don't think -10 is the right number I would pick. I'd say maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Just because their offensive line struggled to start it, but Bengals are back. We saw that with the Dolphins, so I completely agree.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase hasn't got going yet, and I know he's going to.
Yeah. Broncos. Panic meter.
11. You have no
here's a number. Here's a number for you. How about 1,000? How about 1,000,000? How about 1 billion?
Wait. Say it with me. How about unlimited? Because you got Mr. Unlimited and your coaches. How bad are you, Nathaniel Hackett? I'm unlimitedly bad.
Exactly. Yeah. Broncos are a disaster.
Javonte Williams is out for the year. Who's your best player on offense? And you're going to play Melvin Gordon, who every time I touch the ball, where'd it go? I'm supposed to hold on to the ball as a running back and not, I don't know, throw it to a Raiders guy who
He's
runs
had
it back.
5 fumbles. 5 fumbles in 4 games.
I'm like, is that Steven Ridley or is it Melvin Gordon?
Ooh. Name dropping an old Patriot. That's brave.
Old Steeler. Old Jet.
Old bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
Played a bunch of teams. Yeah, the Broncos meter should be the sky is falling. You have a horrible head coach. Russell Wilson cannot throw a football at this point. You just lost your number 1 running back.
Yeah.
And your defense, you also lost Randy Gregory for the next 4 games.
Yikes.
Because he's hurt. And they played the Raiders and, we'll see how they play. I'm not going to overreact about their defense after the Raiders game. But if your defense is starting to unravel, oh boy, this is going to become one of the biggest failures of the last few years.
Yeah, my thing with the Broncos, that looks like their defense is pretty good. And then the Raiders, 0-3, closed door meetings already happening with Josh McDaniels. Haven't rushed for 100 yards yet. Broncos haven't given up a 100-yard rusher. You walk into Denver, or you're in Vegas, but there's no fans there. It's not really a home field advantage. You walk into Vegas and their offense just rolls over you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I don't like it.
How about the panic meter for the Green Bay Packers?
I would say I'm at a 6. I'm at a 6 for the Packers because you couldn't get it done last year. You're not going to do it this year. Sorry. Like panic meter to win the division. I'm at about a 4. Panic meter to do anything in the playoffs. Well, that's a 10 because I don't think you're going to win a playoff game.
I mean, think about who they might face off against. We got the Eagles, who have a really good secondary. You have the Bucks, who have an elite defense. You have the 49ers.
Who own you.
Yeah. Good luck. If they face the 49ers in the first round, lock. Yeah, as far as winning the division, I'd say it's closer to like a 3 or 4. The Vikings are their only real opponent. Sorry, Lions. I love you to death, but like
it pains me to say that too.
Yeah. But as far as the playoffs are concerned, I mean, that's what you're playing for, right? You're not playing. You're the Packers. You got Aaron Rodgers. Like, you're not playing for a division title. He's won like 1,000 of those. It doesn't matter. So as far as the playoffs, I mean, panic meter 7 or 8, I guess. I mean, your offense. I mean, really how hard is it gonna be for Darius Slay to lock down Romeo Doubs?
Yeah.
Christian Watson. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be tough. He locked down Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I think he can lock down Romeo Doubs. Next team. Panic meter for the Washington Commanders.
Who cares? You're going to be the worst team in your division. So 10. Another coach on the hot seat, Ron Rivera.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Panic meter for the LA Rams.
Oh, 10. Are you kidding me? You have no offensive line. Matt Stafford's throwing more picks than touchdowns through 4 weeks. So like, what? Are you kidding me? And then you have no run game. Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers. If one of those guys goes down, I mean, your defense is not the same either. Your defense is still really good because Aaron Donald wrecks games. Jalen Ramsey also wrecks games. But like, where are the other pieces? And it's like when you have guys like Kyle Shanahan's like, oh, you only have 2 guys. Well, there's supposed to be 9 on the field. So I know where to throw the ball. You have schemers. Their defense is going to be able to fix. And then you have a one-man show on offense. Matt Stafford can't seem to find Allen Robinson. So it's like, and you don't have a home field advantage. LA doesn't care about the Rams.
Yeah, I have to agree.
It's a home field advantage for the Niners last year when they went to LA. It was like 80% 49ers fans in LA.
You know what's really interesting to me through the first 4 games is I've noticed a lot more coverage of the Bengals. I've noticed a lot more coverage of the Bengals and their Super Bowl hangover. But how about the Rams?
Yeah.
I mean, you lose Von Miller. You lose Sebastian Joseph Day. Andrew Whitworth retires, right? Those are the 3 big moves. You also lost OBJ. You replace them with Bobby Wagner, who hasn't done shit. Sorry, Bobby. You replace Odell with Allen Robinson, who can't get open to save his life, and he looked washed in Chicago last year. I didn't want to believe it, but good God, I don't know what happened to Allen Robinson. And then you didn't do anything to address Andrew Whitworth because you don't have any fucking picks. You can't draft a tackle because you're drafting in like the 9th round. Okay, obviously there's no 9th round, but you get my point.
Speaking of no, so do you remember when Sean McVay was laughing at the Patriots for taking Cole Strange, who's been a beast, by the way? You know why he had him on his draft board for the 3rd round? You don't have any picks.
Yeah, you picked first. And you know what? Later on, we'll go over our picks. Not this episode, but eventually we'll go over all the draft trades or the trades that Sean McVay's made.
Yeah, that's a documentary right there.
That's a documentary. Especially, there's a number of different things to go over there. But yeah, the Rams, I feel like they're starting to unravel a little bit.
All right.
And then our final team, the Steelers. Panic meter.
Oh, for this year, I'm at about an 8 right now. The fact that TJ Watt got hurt last year and got hurt this year, that's the defensive player of the year right there. This is not the same defense without him. People are like, yeah, well, they should still have a good defense. Like, yeah, but you don't understand, one player like TJ Watt is an absolute game wrecker when you have to consciously think of where number 90 is on the field. Where is he? Where is he? And he demands double and triple teams, and you to change your whole style on offense based around him. They don't have a guy like that now. maybe Minka, but Minka's gotten burned on some plays. He's played well, but still like you don't have TJ Watt who makes that defense dynamic. Cam Hayward also got hurt in that game, which is huge because he's your big interior run stopper. And then it's like, Kenny Pickett, I know you should have started him. I had a little faith in the Steelers because I thought Trubisky may have been better. I was wrong. But this year, you're not making the playoffs. I'm sorry.